This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to yet another video. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me. It's very much appreciated. An absolute pleasure to welcome you to the next video. Yet another Classic Watch 25 Possible being brought to you today. Before we start to take a look at the horse, I need to tell people where these horses will be found. classicwatch25.great/site.net is where people will be able to find these horses. The Australian Trained Horses tab is already up and running to try and catch any Australian classic winners or runners. The Australian season starts on August the 1st and ends on July the 31st. So the Australians are well underway on their classic campaign at the moment. So it's looking good for the Australian horses at the moment. We've had no classic winners at the moment, but there are a few horses on the site. Now on to the horse. And the horse in question is Ireland-based today. The Aidan O'Brien trained, Coolmore owned, Wootton Bassett sired Twain, a colt out of a dam called Wading, who herself was sired by Montjour. The horse bred as well by Coolmore as well. Very interesting horse, I think this is. People will see that the horse has got some very good form, and it is providing incredible value. 28 to 1. The horse won by 6 lengths on debut, and they ran to a mark of 95 that day. And then they supplemented it for the Grade 1 8 days later. The Criterium International at St. Cloud. The horse won at 5.3 to 1 by 1.25 lengths ridden by Ryan Moore, running to a mark of 112. So this horse is unbeaten as well. 2 runs and 2 victories, and people will do very well not to end up in front of this horse already. Absolute pleasure to bring you horses like this. It really is. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the pedigree of Twain in the usual fashion, and then we will watch the horse win both those races at Leopardstown and St. Cloud. People will see when they look at the pedigree online thoroughbred database, this is a line that people will know very well. Urban Sea, legendary mare Urban Sea, is the third dam of this horse, which brings in virtually a lot of horses. Urban Sea, of course, the dam of horses like Galileo, See the Stars, many, many, many others as well. But we've got a few to get to before we get to the third dam. People will see that the dam line in question of the horse Twain is dam line 9H. People see there 2 starts, 2 wins, earnings €153,470 in Ireland and France from just the 2 races at the moment. We've got to look at some horses out of the first dam before we even get to the first dam. This horse is related to some pattern quality horses. Just Wonderful, a mare foaled in 2016, sired by Dan Silly, out of a dam called Wading. So this is a half sister to our horse. Just Wonderful managed to win 3 of her 15 starts in the first 3 in 6 of 15 starts, managing to win €95,330, £79,600 and 251,000 American dollars in her career. Group 2 winning 2-year-old, winning the Rockvale Stakes of 2018. And the horse also won the Group 3 Flame of Tara Stakes as a 2-year-old. 4th in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf of 2018. Horse at 3 had to go down as slightly disappointing. It did secure a Group 1 place, though, when the filly was second in the Belmont Oaks Invitational Group 1 race. And again, when third in the Group 1 Matron Stakes at Leopardstown against the older horses as well in 2019. The Group 2 and Group 3 winning 2-year-old, who is already producing horses in her own right. Lost Treasure is a horse foaled in 2015, sired by Warfront out of Wading. People see there that Lost Treasure won 3 of his 10 starts and was in the first 3 in 5 of 10 starts, managing to win €50,532 and $10,000 in his career. Wading was second in the listed testimonial stakes at Navan and was third in the Group 3 Mercury Stakes at Dundalk, Group 3 and listed placed horse. And as people see there, people decided to take a punt on this one at stud. Hillendale, Kentucky, the 2023 fee of $3,500. The horse is still at Hillendale. The 2024 fee is still $3,500. People will see that the horse has made quite a slow start, only siring 16 foals in 2021 and 5 in 2022. 8 of them, they've run 12 times between them, and 6 horses have individually won 8 races. No stakes winners and no graded races winners. 6 of the wins have come age 3 and 2 age 2. But yeah, very interesting stallion really for the lack of horses foaled on the ground. 10 runners in the USA, 1 in Mexico and 1 in Canada. There is a black type placed horse. This horse was second in the Kentucky Downs Franklin Simpson Stakes, a race I'm not familiar with, but it says it's a grade 1 there. So grade 1 placed horse, and they've had a couple of other winners as well. But yeah, the stallion, Lost Treasure, chronically underused really. And considering the form of it, I think it's a bit of a punt in the first place, wasn't it? But it is well bred. It is very well bred to some nice horses. So who knows? The stallion might come back at some point. We can now look at the dam herself, Wading now. A dam, a mare foaled in 2009, sired by Monsieur out of Cherry Hinton. People will see that Wading won 2 of her 3 starts, never out of the first 3, this horse, managing to win €11,370 and £34,026. Wading only managed to race 4 times in her career, but again, she was another one that won the Group 2 Rockvale Stakes, just like her daughter we've just seen this year in a 2011. Rockvale, a decent race for this damn line, it's fair to say. We've just seen one win it as well. Wading herself is related to some nice horses out of Cherry Hinton, and we're going to take a look at them now. Bracelet is the first one we need to look at. A mare foaled in 2011, sired by Monsieur again, out of Cherry Hinton, so a full sister to the dam, Wading. Bracelet won 4 of her 6 starts, managing to win €282,385 and £98,335 in her career. Bracelet's a classic winner of the 2014 Irish Oaks, as also a winner of the Group 2 Ribblesdale Stakes at Royal Ascot and the 1,000 Guineas Trial at Leopardstown. Group 1, Group 2 and Group 3 winner, all in 2014. A very good season there for Bracelet. Unfortunately, she hasn't managed to foal anything of note at this stage. Athena is a mare foaled in 2015, sired by Camelot, also out of Cherry Hinton. Athena won 2 of her 14 starts, in the first 3 in 5 of her 14 starts, managing to win €83,606, £25,770 and $601,000. People see if they had one currency in the world, how easier it would be for these people to keep track of things. The currencies, dividing them up very nicely indeed. Yeah, that's why currencies are so important. And Athena, very good horse. Athena, she won the Belmont Oaks Invitational of 2018. She was also third in the Pretty Polly Stakes at the Curragh against the older horses, and was second in the Swettenham Stud Fillies Trial Race at Newbury. That's an Oaks Trial race and a listed race. But yeah, Athena, very good horse in her own right. Group 1 winner out in America. And she is also the dam of a Classic Watch 2023 horse. Never Ending Story. Never Ending Story. A very good mare, it's fair to say. Winning 3 of 13 starts, and in the first 3 in 7 of 13 starts, winning €399,501 and £8,100. This one, Athena, was sired by Camelot. Never Ending Story, sired by Dubawi, out of Athena, making Cherry Hinton the second dam of this horse. Never Ending Story won the Group 3 Silver Flash Stakes at 2. And she also won the Group 3 1,000 Guineas Trial Stakes at Leopardstown for the second time on this family line. Dual Group 3 winner at 2. She was placed in the Group 1 race, the Prix Marcel Boussac at Longchamp. And at 3, she was also placed in the Group 1 French Oaks, the Prix de Diane, held at Chantilly of 2023. She was also placed in the Group 2 Prix du Calvados at Deauville in 2023 as well. And finishing 4th in the Moyglare Group 1 race at 2. So yeah, dual Group 1 place, dual Group 3 winner. Never Ending Story. Impossible to say the horse was a failure. There's actually a video on my YouTube channel on Never Ending Story. So what I can do to give people more pedigree information on this line, because we're going to stop at the third dam on this one, is I will include the video to Never Ending Story. And I will include that here as a card. The next one we need to move on to is Goddess. Goddess, a mare foaled in 2016, sired by Camelot again, out of Cherry Hinton. Goddess won 3 of her 10 starts in the first 3 in 6 of 10 starts, managing to win €156,350 in her race career. Goddess managed to win at 3 the 2019 Group 3 Snow Fairy Filly Stakes, and she also won the listed Hurry Harriet Stakes at Gowan Park, as well as finishing placed in a couple of Group 2 races, the Kilboy Estate Stakes at the Coa and the Blandford Stakes, also at the Coa. Dual Group 2 placed, Group 3 and listed winner. She was unfortunately euthanised after being pulled up in the Group 1 Prix de l'Opera on Arc Day, a very sad end to her career. But yeah, another solid race mare off this line. Sweet Molly Malone, a mare foaled in 2018, sired by American Pharaoh, out of Cherry Hinton. Sweet Molly Malone only managed to win 1 of her races and finish in the first 3 in 3 of 7 starts, winning €26,748 in Ireland. Sweet Molly Malone was second in the listed Bluebell Stakes of 2021, the only piece of black type that she could secure. Another one we need to look at is Simply a Star, a mare foaled in 2012, sired by Giant's Causeway, out of Cherry Hinton. People will say that Simply a Star won 1 out of 8 starts only, but she was in the first 3 in 6 of 8 starts, managing to win €25,396 in her race career. Simply a Star, again, similar to the other one, placed in 2 listed sprints, the Tipperary Stakes at Tipperary and the Coa Stakes at the Coa. 2 very, I can imagine the meeting when they named them races. They were there all day naming them 2 races. Dual listed place mare, Simply a Star. Cherry Hinton is also the dam of that. We can take a look now at Cherry Hinton herself, who is the second dam of Twain. Cherry Hinton, sired by Green Desert, out of Urban Sea, foaled in 2004. Cherry Hinton actually never won a race, a maiden. She was placed in 3 of her 5 starts, though, managing to win €24,471 and £10,534 UK pounds. She was actually placed in the Group 3 Blue Wind Stakes at Naas, and she was also placed in the Kilboy Estate Stakes, again cropping up on this line, in 2007, as well as finishing fifth in the Group 1 UK Oaks of 2007. So despite not winning a race, Cherry Hinton, she ran up to a very high level indeed, it's fair to say. Fifth in a classic and Group 3 and listed placed. We're going to take a look at the third dam now, foaled in 1989, Urban Sea, sired by Mizwaki, out of a dam called Allegretta. Urban Sea won 8 of her 23 starts, and she was in the first 3 in 15 of 23 starts, managing to win $1,704,553 American dollars. What a horse, Urban Sea. Raced in France, Germany, Japan, and America. At 3, she won the Prix de la Seine in France. She was second in the Group 2 EP Taylor Stakes in Canada, and also second in the Group 3 Prix Minerve, third in the Group 1 Prix Vermeil, and also third in the Group 2 German 1,000 guineas. At 4, the horse managed to win the Group 1 Arc de Triomphe. The horse also won another Group 3, the Prix Exubry, and the horse won the Prix Gontu Biron as well as the Prix de France European d'Elevage. And the horse was second in the what was then Group 2 Prince of Wales Stakes at Royal Ascot. That is now a Group 1 race. And at 5, the horse won a Group 2, the Prix d'Harcourt, and was also third in another Group 1, the Prix Gannet. 2001 Broodmare of the Year of England and Ireland sadly died of foaling complications in March the 2nd, 2009. Producer of so many top-class horses. We can take a look on the historical site, really, at some of them. There is Urban Sea there and Allegretta. If people go back to Allegretta, they get King's Best, British 2,000 guineas winner of 2000. If they go as well to Urban Sea, they get horses like Corlar, Galileo himself, the 2001 British Derby and Irish Derby winner, as well as the King George winner. See the Stars, another 2,000 guineas, and the Derby winner of 2009. Another Arc winner like his mother. Anabar Blue won the 1991 French Derby. And there's also Anno, 1982 St. Leger winner, leading to Adlerflug, the 2007 German Derby winner. They are just some of the historical horses that people will get to if they follow this line. There is so many more. Another horse I'm going to touch on briefly is Buttons. Buttons was foaled in 2021. She managed to win 1 of her 4 starts and was placed in 3 of her 4 starts, managing to win €69,365. Buttons was second in the Group 3 Muta Makina Stakes. She was third in another Group 3, the Priory Bell Stakes of 2024. And she was also another one that just missed out on a classic place, 4th in the Irish 1,000 guineas of 2024. There is a video on a Classic Watch 24, so we will be able to include that video to enable people to take another further pedigree look at Buttons if they would like to, which they can do now if they would like to. Nothing was come, but that's Buttons dealt with. What else we can do now is we can take and close a few tabs down to save on CPU. And now we can think about watching this horse win these 2 starts at Leopardstown and St. Cloud in October. The first race at Leopardstown, 28-1. The horse went off this day. Absolutely incredible price, it's fair to say. And we can watch the horse win now.
All in and out. 7 furlongs to go, the Irish EBF C&G Maiden. And it is Hibernate going up in between Twain, Wild Sapphire, being followed by Mississippi River. Close Set and Getty, a couple of lengths to Cadogan as they race the end of more than a furlong. And to the inside, it is Twain, being followed by Mississippi River, Serengeti. Wide of those three is Hibernate, followed by Cadogan and Wild Sapphire. Game Point next, followed by Tempesari. After Tempesari is Alakazi and then Rushes and Bushes. Source Code, Shaftar is one behind Junkyard Dog. Coming up to the 4 furlong point, and right on the inside it is Twain and Mark Crahan. Heading for halfway, leading stable companions, Mississippi River, Jack Cleary, Serengeti, Wayne Lorden. Right with them is Hibernate and then Wild Sapphire. Game Point next, followed by Tempestari. And Cadawan is next. After Cadawan is Adakazi, Rushes and Bushes. Shaftar, Source Code, really struggling as Junkyard Dog. But Twain has taken this race by the scruff of the neck and kicked some way clear round the bend for home. With less than 2 furlongs to go, it is Twain really sprinting now. We're heading towards the final furlong. Twain and Mark Crahan in glorious isolation from Serengeti, followed in by Mississippi River. After them is Game Point. Wild Sapphire is next, but Twain has turned this into a procession. Up to the last 50 yards, it is Twain. A name to note is a fourth here for Aidan O'Brien. Second, just Mississippi River from Serengeti. Clean swoop from Ballydoyle and then Game Point.
Very good performance there by Twain. It's fair to say that horse has romped home there, hasn't it? What a magnificent performance. First time out to land that race. People then, I suppose, would be thinking, well, that was probably a bit of a fluke. The horse wasn't really fancied on the day, was it? So people could have been forgiven for thinking that the pacemaker might have just slipped the field there and stolen a race. But I think that was dispelled in 8 days' time when they supplemented the horse, Coolmore, and the horse turned up on the 27th of October in the Group 1 Criterium International, up from 7 furlongs to a mile. Again, on softish ground. This horse has only raced on soft and heavy ground, people will note. So the 27th of October, the race at Saint Cloud, and we will be able to watch that race now, I think.
All set, under orders, and they are off and racing for the Criterium International. 1,600 metres is the distance, and Maranoa Charlie has gone straight to the front. Well, this is what he's done in all his races so far, and he hasn't stopped either, and he's won all of them by big distances. And Maranoa Charlie and Aurélien Lemaitre, who's pretty good with his front-running tactics, shows the way by 4 or 5 lengths. Maturi Bay in second on the inside, with Apples and Bananas up on the outer. These are followed by Twain in fourth, then Mount Kilimanjaro towards the inner, with Spirit of Summer at the back, and Aurélien Lemaitre and Maranoa Charlie leading now by about 10 lengths. As I said, this is what he's done in his previous races, and he hasn't stopped. And Maranoa Charlie, already taking them towards the home turn, has gone about 10 or 12 lengths clear. Maturi Bay in second. On the outside, Apples and Bananas. And they're followed by Mount Kilimanjaro. Twain just being nudged along by Ryan Moore. And then finally, Spirit of Summer in last position as Maranoa Charlie brings them into the home straight. Down towards the 500 he goes, and Aurélien Lemaitre just has a little look round. Mount Kilimanjaro now moves through into second position as Maranoa Charlie continues to lead, but the others are getting closer. Here's Twain on the outside. Maranoa Charlie's found nothing under pressure. Twain's gone storming past Mount Kilimanjaro towards the inside. It's Twain leading from Mount Kilimanjaro. They're chased by Apples and Blossoms. It's a 1-2-3 for the O'Brien family, and Twain, going from maiden to Group 1, is 2.5 lengths clear, and Twain and Ryan Moore has won it from Mount Kilimanjaro in second, and back in third was Apples and Bananas. Very disappointing fourth, Maranoa Charlie. So number 2, Twain, is a Group 1 winner at the second time of asking, beating stablemate Mount Kilimanjaro into second. And
again, I think people saw then that this horse could be the real deal, especially on ground such as that. I mean, yes, the leader, the front running Maranoa Charlie was quite a highly touted horse in France. But against the big boys, the horse stopped very quickly, I thought, there. And then Twain swooped to the front, beat stablemate Mount Kilimanjaro quite comfortably there. Whether this horse remains to be a classic horse or not, Twain, remains to be seen. We did note there that the horse has only run on soft and heavy end of season autumn ground. I suppose the connections might be playing for a very wet winter and spring for this horse if the horse is going to develop into a possible Guinness contender. I would say they would. It is definitely a horse to be reckoned with on the basis of those two starts. Will it prove to be a classic horse? Time will tell. Right, I can leave this video here now. Thank you very much to everybody for taking the time to watch the video. What I will do is I will leave a playlist to all the Classic Watch 25 possibles. People will be able to watch them all from maybe Australia, UK and Ireland and Japan at the moment. They're the only places with horses on at the moment. But and I'll also give everybody an opportunity to subscribe to the channel. Those who have watched this video and have chosen not to subscribe to the channel can make sure they don't miss any more of my content by subscribing. What else have we got coming up this week? It's time for some reviewing coming up soon. We've got a season full of Persian King identified at the sales 2-year-olds to take a look at some point. And we've also got to review the sales that took place, the yearling sales this year, involving some of the lots to race at 2 next year, sired by Victor Ladora. So plenty coming, as well as hopefully the odd Classic Watch 25 possible as well. Don't forget to keep an eye on the Patreon for all the National Hunt racing stuff and other stuff. The more week-to-week stuff, entries, up and coming, that sort of thing can always be found on the Patreon. So make sure you're across that as well. Right, we'll leave this video here. Take care, everybody. Have a fantastic day. Look after yourselves and your loved ones. And goodbye.